And welcome to Grandad's Reviews. In this video, I'm going to compare two lenses that are quite popular at the moment and what keep popping up on the Facebook groups on which is the best to go for. And that is Fuji 70-300 against the Fuji 100-400. Now, for starters, there's obviously a huge physical difference. I'll put the specs on screen so you can see the weight difference and the size differences. But is there any quality difference? Is there any AF difference? And is there any usability difference? Now, straight off the bat, I'll say that usability-wise, the 70-300 is a good travel lens. If you want to go out hiking and you just want to take one or two lenses and you want a bit of reach, this 70-300 is ideal for that, and that's what I'd use it for. 100-400 is more specialised if you're going for wildlife or sports or something like that. Then this has got that little bit of extra reach. I wouldn't say the build quality is any different between them. And they've both got locks to stop them creeping when you've got them, when you're carrying the camera around, so that stops the creep. So they've got that. They've both got range limiters on, and on the 100-400 you do get a OIS switch, whereas on the 70-300 you don't. You control that in the camera. The other thing you don't get with the 70-300 is a collar, but then with this extra weight, you need it. This doesn't really weigh any more than any other normal Fuji lens. This is a red label lens, so it should be better. Aperture range-wise, are identical. Filter size, obviously a big difference. Whereas this one's a 77mm, this is a 67mm, so you're looking at 10mm difference in the filter length. So what I'm going to do is go out, take some images, record the back of the screen to show the autofocus working, and then we'll compare them and see what our overall decision is. Right, so here we are at the Rutland Nature Reserve, the bird watching centre. I'm going to go and get a hide, and then we'll test these two lenses. We'll try the 100-400 first, and then we'll stick the 70-300. We'll see how the autofocus works, and then we'll see what the image quality is like. We'll also see how much difference that actual reach makes to the lenses. So let's go and find the hide. So here we are on the hide. We've got the 100-400 on. So if we have 100mm, we'll go from that. That enough pretty quick. Let's zoom out to 200mm. 200mm. Go from there. There, pretty quick, up close, zoom out to 300mm, so this would be the same as when we're on the 70-300. That one, that bird. Then we'll zoom into 400. So let's see how much difference that makes. Yes. distant, close, distance. That's pretty good. So that's our zoom range. If you look at this, so if we start at that bush there, fully zoomed out at 100. Fully zoomed in at 400. Let's move on to the next tide. See what we got out here. Got some swans here. Try to track in. We'll track it on. Caught the swan. Got some cygnets. Let's see if it'll lock onto the cygnets. The cygnets. No, it's having a bit of a hard time. Comes the swan. So, at 400 we can go from that seagull. That's one. It's pretty snappy. So let's try a different lens. Let's put the 70-300 and see what difference we get. So now we've got the 70-300 on. What a difference that is. Handhold in one hand. And stick it on the monopod. No need for a lens collar. So we've got, this is at 70mm. And we can focus on this grass, out there, this grass, out there, quite snappy. And we've got these ducks here. We'll zoom into 300. And the seagull's there at 70. The 100 watt from the 400 was there. Let's go to 300. And then you can see the difference. Got some ducks here. And this is at 300mm. Some pop down. So I've got the seagull here, so this is at 300. $200. $135. $100. $70. Now then, how quick is it to focus? We're at 300. Not across there. Up there. Across there. I know it's whizzing around a bit, but so yeah, it's pretty quick. Without tracking. No. No. Nope. It does not want to focus. And this is the problem I find with this lens now and again. It does not want to focus. Right, so that was a quick journey around Rutland Nature Reserve. Tried out the 100-400 and the 70-300. So I'll head back for the car. But from what I'm thinking now, the 70-300 is a lot easier to carry around. A lot easier than the 100-400. But you've got that little bit extra reach. It's just what the image quality is like. But we'll check that when we get to the computer. Right, off we go. So we've looked at the results of the Fuji 100-400 versus the 70-300, and yes, you get that extra bit of reach and an extra 100mm, which does make a bit of difference there. It does help, but the actual image quality in the situation I was shooting there, I would say there's not anything noticeable difference between the 100-400 and the 70-300. I think they're on par, they're about the same. I have done other image photographs in different situations with both lenses, and again, even close up, the difference isn't huge. It's very minor. Yes, the 100-400 has a tiny bit edge of sharpness, but at the end of the day, once you process the images and you put them up to Facebook or Instagram or something like that, you can't tell the difference. So unless you need that extra reach, that 100mm, the 70-300 I think is a really good option. It's so much lighter, it's easier to carry around, you're more likely to take it with you. Now obviously there is the option of adding the 1.4 converter to the 70-300. It does make it a slower lens, but from what reviews and things I've seen, you don't lose much in quality. So again, that's another option to get that extra 100mm if you really need it. At the end of the day, I think both lenses are excellent, both are at high quality. You can't go wrong with either, but if you want a lens that you're going to take out with you every time, that's easy to carry around, then I'd go for the 70-300. The only issues I've found now and again is it sometimes doesn't want to focus on a subject. You have to focus somewhere else and come back to it, which I didn't find happening with the 100-400. So whether that's a firmware update that they can solve that, or it's just an issue I've been having, I don't know. But I think in conclusion, can't go wrong with either lens. But if you need a carry around lens, I'd go for the 70-300 every time. Right, so if you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. That helps the channel. And if you want to see more videos like that, hit the subscribe button. Until next time, see you later.